Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good morning viewers. We are going to see about the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, which is going to take place on April 12th, 2022, where Rahu moves from Taurus to Aries and Ketu moves from Scorpio to Libra. As you know, the Rahu Ketu moves in the anti-clockwise direction. Now we will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign the effect of Rahu Ketu transit for the next 1.5 years. So this transit takes place on April 12th and Rahu will stay there till October 2023. So this 1.5 years, Rahu will be placed in Aries and Ketu will be placed in Libra. So people might think they'll give a lot of ill effects. Some people might think it will give good effects. But one has to understand that the Rahu Ketu transit, the Saturn transit or the yearly transit, all this will have effects up to 15 to 20%. Basically, the individual horoscope having the current Mahadasa and Antardasa will have the maximum effect, that is up to 80%. So one need not have to worry about all these transits. Also, some people might say that I am in Aries, so when Rahu comes to Aries, then it will give me a lot of problem. Some may think that okay, in Libra Ketu comes, so it will give me a lot of good things. Actually, one has to understand that each and every person will be there under a particular nakshatra, and in that nakshatra it will be in particular nakshatra path. So when you calculate about zodiac signs, the total number of nakshatras, it will have 3 nakshatras, and totally 9 nakshatra padas will be there in a particular zodiac sign. When you consider the total Rahu Ketu period, transit period of 18 months on a particular transit period, so if you divide that 18 months by 9 nakshatra padas, each nakshatra pada will have a duration of 2 months. So the ill effect or the good effect will have impact only up to 2 months, when actually the Rahu Ketu moves on to the particular nakshatra pada. So there is no need to worry about all these transit of Rahu Ketu and at the same time, when Rahu or Ketu is associated with the positive planets like Jupiter, Venus or rising moon, etc., then there won't be any much difficulties. But at the same time, if Rahu or Ketu is associated or aspected by evil planets like Saturn or Mars, then they may have some bad effects also. Depends upon the particular person's horoscope. If the person is having a very good Mahadasa and Antardasa running, he may not have much bad effects. But at the same time, if a person is not having a proper Mahadasa and Antardasa running, then they may have some ill effects also. We will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign there will be a separate video. If you are new to this channel, keep it subscribed so that you will get all my updates instantly. Now let us see on the day of the transit Rahu Ketu, what are all the planetary positions and the general predictions. On April 12th, 2022, around 1:48 p.m., you can see the Rahu transit takes place, where Rahu moves from Taurus to Aries. As per the Kala Purusha Tattva, it is the first house, and Ketu moves from Scorpio to Libra, which is the 7th house as per the Kala Purusha Tattva. When you see on the day 1, that the moment the Rahu Ketu transit takes place, Rahu moves to the first house, where the lord of the first house, Mars, is very strong at the 11th house of Rahu. So we can say that a lot of good things can happen during this year. Rahu and Ketu will work in a way that it occupies the house, and it will do the duties of the like a house owner of that particular zodiac sign. So it will take the responsibility of the house, of the lord of the house, and it will react to that way. And secondly, it will also give effects based on the nakshatra it is traveling. So you have to see both the things. That is, the first priority is given to the house, and the second priority given to the nakshatra it works. Now in the first house, as you see, Mars is very strong. It is associated with the positive planets like Venus as well as Jupiter. As we generally say, the first impression is always a best impression. So during this particular Rahu Ketu period, it looks very much positive. So a lot of positive things can happen this year. There may be good land reforms may introduced, and there will be a lot of changes in the buying and selling of land. So we can expect a lot of improvements in buying and selling of land, and there will be good movement in the construction field. A lot of people may get good opportunities in the construction field. Also in medicinal field there will be good improvements. A lot of good medicines may come, and there will be a demand for the doctors, and some of the doctors may get good names and fame during this particular year. Also, as we have seen in this 2022 New Year, which is more predominantly for the women. So Ketu moves from the 7th house, and the Lord of 7th house Venus is also associated in the 11th house, so which seems to be highly profitable. So we can expect a lot of good things happening for the women. So a lot of good women entrepreneurs may come up this year. A lot of good opportunities in the film industries for the youngsters, especially for the women artists. So we can see a lot of good actors coming out, being good singers, good painters, dancers. So a lot of good things can happen for the women, working women also. During the day, when the Rahu Ketu transit takes place, the star seems to be Maha, and the zodiac sign being Leo, and 9th house where Rahu stays when compared from the zodiac sign. So it will have some effects, ill effects for the traditional people who believe in spirituality. There may be some conflicts, there may be some tough time for them. So there are days where the temples may be closed, and they may not be allowed to worship, and they may not be allowed to practice certain rituals like that. So they may face certain problems on that particular area. But as you see, the land seems to be more strong this particular year. Lot of discoveries may happen during this year, so a lot of good things can take place, and there may be more discoveries, there may be more findings about our ancient history. So a lot of things we can expect during this year, as Mars is very strong when the Rahu Ketu transit takes place. Also Rahu indicates a technology, so we can expect a lot of improvements in the technology side also. A lot of good new things can come up during the next 1.5 years, and be good improvements also, except certain cases where there will become conflict between the life partners as well as some business associates, as Ketu is there in the strong 7th house. Whenever it is not being aspected by a positive planet, there may be some problems. Other than that, this Rahu Ketu we can expect a lot of positivity. As you see during this initial time, Rahu is associated with Mercury, as Mercury is a standalone planet, seems to be highly positive. So Rahu turns out to be more positive in that day one itself, and in Moon seems to be at Leo, and Ketu is at Libra, and Saturn being a ruler at Capricorn, and in Aquarius there is a good conjunction of planets, Venus, Mars and Jupiter, and in 12th house Pisces where Sun is there. So this is a position of planet during the Rahu Ketu transit. Now we will be seeing for each and every zodiac sign a separate video, for which the effect of Rahu Ketu as a whole on the particular house as well as for individual Nakshatra will be seeing separately. Capricorn, the 10th zodiac sign as per the Kala Purusha Tattva. For Capricorn, Rahu moves from 5th house to the 4th house, and Ketu moves from 11th house to the 10th house. Ketu transit seems to be favorable, as there could be good job opportunities during that period. Those jobless can get good job opportunities during that time, and some may start new business also. Second house seems to be conjuncted with positive planets, and so they could win out with the help of their communication also. Those working with communication as a base can find that period more suitable for them. As Rahu moves away from 5th house during the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, children will study well, and there could be more supportive with their parents. Their health related problems will get solved, and it could be a good time for them. At the same time, now Rahu getting associated with the 4th house, they might find troubles in the health of the mother. There could be problems with the mother side family also. Some may find problems in their assets. Some properties might get lost during this period. Some may lose certain money or products on theft or burglary like that. It looks negative. Investments may not yield good results, and it is better to avoid investing in share market during such period. As the 8th house Lord Sun getting associated with Rahu, initial 2 periods seems to be tough for them. Leaders find difficult time in politics. Some may need to spend lot of money for maintenance of their house, maintenance for their vehicles, maintenance for their assets like that. Some may need to borrow money from others or take loan from the bank during such period. When Rahu is positive in terms of business, the secondary market business looks good. Oil, coal and petrol business will see some new peaks during such time. Next comes water business, ice cream, catering, tech, beauty parlor. All such business will also take good lead during that particular period. As Saturn is a ruler at the first house itself, some of them face health related problems also. Ketu will be more positive. Those unmarried, chances of getting good marriage alliances and could get settled down in their life. Some of them get chances for pilgrimage tours, doing charity work, doing social work and spend money in a positive manner. This is under the 7.5 year of Saturn. Also Rahu associated with the 4th house. There could be some expensive period also. So for Capricorn, this Rahu Ketu transit can yield 65 to 70% positive results. Now let us see the nakshatras in Capricorn. For Capricorn, Uttara Ashada Pada 2, 3 and 4, Shravana star and Dharmishta Pada 1 and 2 forms the cluster of Zodiac sign Capricorn. Now for Uttara Ashada Pada 2, 3 and 4, as Sun owns this star during the time when Rahu travels on Kritika star of Sun, they find some tough times during such period. There could be health related issues, stress and mental tortures during that particular period. Some of the leaders in politics also find tough time. When Rahu travels on Dharani star of Venus, it becomes positive for them. Chances to buy assets during that period. Children will be supportive and they show interest in studies. Some of them join in arts, dance, karate classes, sports and other activities. During that period, those who are jobless, chances of getting good job opportunities, and those working in companies can get promotions and increments also. During the last 8 months, when Rahu is associated in the 10th house and Rahu travels on the Ketu star Ashwini, there could be good improvements in the workplace. Good job opportunities will come for jobless. Some of them could get the dream jobs. Technology based jobs could give better returns for those working in such platform. Those doing business could expand their business in different parts of the countries. Some of them could start their own business in foreign countries also. For this star, Ketu transit seems to be good. When Ketu travels on the star of Jupiter, on the star of Mars, that period could be more favorable, as the star of Jupiter will always get along with the Sun and Mars. So some may get some new jobs, some may rejoin to the new companies. When Ketu travels on the Swati star of Rahu, they find problems in their health, in the health of the mother. There could be problems in their assets. There could be some materials getting damaged during such period. Some may find troubles with the senior management teams in the workplace. So for Uttara Ashada Pada 2, 3 and 4 star of Sun, this Rahu Ketu transit could yield them up to 70% positive results. Next comes the Shravana star of Moon. During that time when Rahu travels on Kritika star of Sun, they face health issues, heat related problems, eye problems like that. Some old aged people might get heart related diseases also. During that time Rahu travels on Bharani star of Venus, that period seems to be more profitable for them. Some may get opportunities in film industries for acting, story writing, singing like that. In workplace, some may get promotions, increments and incentives during such period. During the time Rahu travels on Ashwini star of Ketu, some may get permanent jobs. It could be positive for the contract workers to get it permanent employment in the workplace. In film industry also, some of the existing artists will find a good benefits and there could be a good break. They become a superstar in the film or they become a big director. The film that they direct or they act, it becomes a super hit during such period. During such period, Ketu will give strength or it will strengthen the workplace. In terms of business, food industry, beauty related parlors, middlemen in finances will all get good business during such time. When Ketu travels on the Jupiter star, some of them find health related issues. At the same time, they may get unexpected luck or some may get father's side property also. When Ketu travels on Swati star of Rahu, they find hurdles in workplace, they need to face enemies and there could be tough time also. In business, they may find more competitions. Some of the winning opportunities they may lose in a small margin. When Ketu travels on the star of Mars, that time they could buy assets, chances of purchasing their own house, own vehicles like that. Farmers will find good time during such period. They could harvest good amount of crops during such period. So, for Shravana star of Moon in Capricorn, we can say up to 70% positive results. Then comes the Dharmishta Pada 1 and 2, which is the star of Mars. For Dharmishta star Pada 1 and 2, Mars owns this star, which is positive during the initial period of the transit. And also Rahu is placed in the house of Mars, and so we can expect some good positive results for this particular star. During the time when Rahu travels on Kritika star of Sun, some of them could buy properties, chances of moving to a new house. When Rahu travels on Bharani star of Venus, those who are not married yet, chances of getting a good marriage alliances and they can settle down in their life. They may relocate to a new house. During the time when Rahu travels on Ashwini star of Ketu, some of them find good business. Those doing business, it could be good period. Some of them get good friends also. Friends on the spiritual field, mainly they will get, and some may get a chance to locate their gurus and get their blessings. Some of them restart their spiritual practices followed by their ancestors. Some of them could travel pilgrimage tour, visit different temples and holy places, and some may find their native temple and native god during such period. Now when Ketu travels on Jupiter star, initially they may face some problems. There could be some positive expenses for marriages, charity and donations. Some may get ancestors' properties also. Some of the pending cases in court, maybe the justice could be in favor of them. During the time when Ketu travels on Swati star of Rahu, they find problems and stress during that particular time. There could be problems in vehicle maintenances, issues in their houses, there could be problem in purchasing assets. Some may face skin related problems also, and they need to spend a lot for doctors. When Ketu travels on the star of Mars, some of them find it suitable period for traveling. Some may visit foreign countries. Some of them go abroad for studies. Some may travel foreign countries for business. Some may get opportunities or promotions in terms of transfers for a short project to foreign countries. So for the Dharmishta star, this Rahu Ketu transit could yield them up to 65% positive results.